name is Cassandra. I'm a Homeworks by Precept consultant, and I'm a mom of 10 children. We've been homeschooling now for about 14 years, and I have taught kindergarten 6 times in those 14 years. Actually, it's been 5 times, and this will be my 6th time starting in the fall of 2020. I am really excited about the new Focus on Fives from BJU Press. They have redone all of the curriculum, made it very modern. It looks wonderful. I've been going through it, and what I wanted to do today is to show you, if you're going to do parent-led homeschooling, then I want to show you what is going to come in your kit, and then kind of go through each of those pieces and to show you the importance of what each of these pieces do. So as you can see laid out on the table, I have all the pieces that's going to come in your kit. These are all the teacher's editions. There are 6 of those right here. And you can see that they're just in a smaller, they've just broken it up into smaller book form, but there's 6 of those. We'll talk about this in a separate video. You'll see this is your Focus on Fives Phonics Charts Homeschool Packet. You're going to get a homeschool flip chart. I'll talk about what each of these are used for. You're going to get phonics review cards. You're going to get your reading books, and I'll show you what those look like. You'll get a work text and a phonics practice book. Now, each of these pieces have important things that, for the curriculum itself, every piece is very important. Now I'd like to talk about the Phonics Charts Homeschool Packet, and that's what you see in front of you here. You're going to get your alphabet song charts. You're going to have high frequency word cards. Those are words that that you're going to be using a lot, and so you can show those to your children. I will show all of this to you in a minute. The Phonics Characters, and then your mascots are going to have word family cards, phonics song charts, handwriting wall charts, spelling cards, and phonics charts. This, I think, is very, very important, especially if you're doing parent-led, because this is the hands-on visuals that you're going to need. So let's just go through each part of it. BJU Press has made up their own phonics songs. So you can see here, this is the small lowercase letters, and then they have that here. If you turn it upside backwards, then you have the uppercase letters. It goes like this. All right, and then there's a song that goes with the alphabet song. It kind of goes like this: A, B, C, D, E, F, G. God is good to you and me. H, I, J, K, L, M, N. He sent his son to die for men. So you can kind of see that. And then this is nice because it's big, it's laminated, it's right in here. So I like this. The next thing you're going to see in here are all of these. These are high frequency words, all right, like I, is, here. All right, and you'll see the colors. You'll see the colors right here. And in these colors, these are the different units that these words will be part of. So you'll see the orange unit, the blue unit, and these are really nice. On the back of it, it tells you kind of where the words would be used in a sentence. I would cut these up, and you can use these, or I know some people have hole punched them and just put them in a notebook, so you can do that. So that's what's in there. And then you'll see these little people here. These are the Phonics Characters, and the Phonics Characters have Mrs. Short, Mr. Long, Miss Silent, Mr. and Mrs. Short. You'll see Miss Long and Uncle Short. This is how the phonics, and then we have some more. We have marker E, and we have Bossy Art. This is how the phonics is taught with these characters. The reason why I think it's important for you to get this is because this is full color, and you can cut these out. I would recommend you laminate them so the child can touch them, can hold them. when you're teaching that particular phonics sound. Like for instance, you have Miss Silent, or you have Miss Long, and these different characters. So this is what you would use. And then you'll find that Hopscotch, who is the main character of your phonics, actually the K-5, my children actually called this program Hopscotch and not Focus on Fives or Kindergarten, because he was the main character. And then you have Bonnie and Dottie and Hopper, and each of these characters play a central focus in different parts of your school. So this is good to have too. And again, cut these out, put them on a stick, and laminate them so that the kids can touch and hold on to these. All right, then you're going to have a whole bunch of these cards, and these are what we would call word family cards. So let's say, for instance, you are learning the word family it, and then you have the word here sit. All right, so this is going to be important because they could bring out Mr. and Mrs. Short, and Mrs. Short would be the I, and Mr. Short would be the t. All right, and so you can put those characters together and you make the word sit. And of course they have all of your word families that you are going to be looking at are in here. And so that's why this is very, very important. Which is if all you do is buy it for the phonics characters and for the word families, you've made a solid purchase. So some bonus things for homeschoolers that are in here. I did not really use these, but some people do. These can be put on the walls surrounding and maybe in your classroom to give it a little bit of decoration, but these are all the how do you write the words. It's the whole alphabet. So the next thing you'll see is these letter cards. And in the letter cards, take for instance, there's actually a whole stack of them. Let me get them out for you. These are all the letter cards that you're going to need with your child. And one of the things that BJU Press does is they teach through music and songs. It's another avenue of learning. Is one of your five senses would be music. So, and listening and speaking and hearing it. And so one of the letters you're going to learn, very first ones, let's say for instance the letter I. And so there's a song with every single phonics letter. And this particular one, you know, obviously is the letter I, and it says I as an instrument, itch, inchworm, and picnic. And all of these letter songs are in your teacher edition, and I'll show that when I go through the teacher edition, that this music is all there with all the words and everything that you would need. But it kind of goes like this. It says, hear the I sound in the I word, it in instruments and in itch, it in inchworm and in picnic. All of these words have an I, and the tune is the same for everything. And so these are great because you will have every single letter you need. Now, you say, well, why do I need the big ones when I have, which is the next thing we'll show you, the small ones? Well, it depends on your child. I mean, you can have both. This is nice in class. The bigger ones are nice for when you are trying to have them, you know, after class, going through it, you know, touching or feeling. Or if you have a child with sensory that needs a larger thing to touch, these are perfect, all right? Or if you lose one, the little ones, you have the big ones. All right, so that's what's in that packet. And then also, we talked about your phonics people. So these are really nice because this is a large visual of what each phonics character actually does. So you'll see here, this is Mr. and Mrs. Short. All right, and Mr. and Mrs. Short starts in lesson 43. And they're going to represent the short vowels. So you have the A and the D, and then these are the words. So you can actually visually show them this. I would have them get their card that was already on a little stick, and you can use that when you show this card. On the back of these, it explains what this phonics character does. It explains it in the teacher edition, so that's most helpful. So you'll see Miss Long and Marker E, what they do. Marker E is the guy at the end. He's the little dog at the end. One of the reasons why my children learn to read so well is because phonics was not taught with rote memory. I know that there are some curriculums and they memorize all of the phonics sounds. That could be good for some children, but in our society today, most children are 100% visual, touching, feeling, playing with it, having it with a cartoon character. And this particular phonics is very helpful, and my children learned to read very, very well because they connected the phonics sounds with people and animals, and they were able to hold on to it. This is, they're working together with Miss Long and Miss Silent, and then you have your vowels. And this particular one, you have your A, E, I, O, U, and then you have your W and your Y. Those are not always vowels, but sometimes those are at the end, and they explain that. Then you have Miss Long and Why, When Is She's All Alone. So these cards, you got my favorite, which is Vassiar. So these cards are going to be very, very, very helpful.